Okay, Amazon in a new controversy. It's over its facial recognition software. Today, the ACLU filing a Freedom of Information Act request with Homeland Security and ICE. They want to see any documents about ICE's use of facial recognition software for following these reports that Amazon tried to sell its, quote, recognition software, that's a brand name, to help catch illegals. Let's bring in Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. What's your reaction to this?
Well, you know, this is an odd area of jurisprudence because the Supreme Court has ruled that where there is an expectation of privacy, the government has to respect it. So is there an expectation of privacy in your face on a public street? Answer, no. Even though our faces are unique to us and we don't like somebody taking a picture of us against our will or right in our face, the government can do this. Now, I can give you a lot of reasons why they shouldn't be using...
Can they do it to an illegal immigrant?
Yes, I can give you a lot of reasons why they should not be using facial recognition software, but the Constitution is not one of them. The same Supreme Court opinion that says the government can take a picture of your face says you can hide your face, you can wear a mask. It's impractical to wear a
does
mask.
the Constitution, can you use the Constitution to say you're not allowed to use my image?
No, as long as your image was taken in a public place. If the government takes an image of you in your bedroom, they have violated your Fourth Amendment rights and other rights. If the government takes an image of you on the street, they can use it. But do we really want to live in a society where the government monitors us by using pictures of our face? This is beyond anything Orwell imagined in 1984 or the Stasi did in East Germany.
And the ACLU is way up in arms about this. There's all lawsuits all over this.
And there was no public debate.
And watch this, Judge. Here's what happened. The ACLU tester of Amazon software, you saw this, and basically found that, 28 congressmen were matched wrongfully to criminal mugshots. I mean, I'm telling you, this is faulty software, if that's correct.
It is faulty software, and it's dangerous because human freedom, whether you can cross this border and make an application for asylum, is being determined by software that doesn't work, is draconian, has never been used.
And it's also about the chain of custody, right? Who's got that software and that image?
Right.
I mean, it could have been doctored. We've got breaking news out in the New York Times.
Let's hear it.
That it's going to be front page, top of the fold tomorrow, that Chinese and Russian spies have been spying on President Trump via his iPhone, picking up on what the New York Times says, quote, is his gossip, his talking to his friends to get their feedback and how he's doing. What's the implication of this?
The implication of this, I am sorry to say, is the same implication that the president used as a battering ram against Mrs. Clinton when he ran against her, and that is the failure to safeguard state secrets, which is called espionage. Is President Trump guilty of the same crimes for which he alleged Mrs. Clinton was guilty?
Well, we don't know that yet, right?
We don't know. We don't know if he's going to admit this. We don't know if it's accurate. But if it is accurate,
let me ask you something.
He has failed to safeguard, and he's discussed secrets. He's failed to safeguard them.
Here's the thing. Why is the Times getting this story, and why isn't the president first being protected? In other words, let me back up. In other words, the Times has the story, right? They're out there with the story. Why isn't it about protecting President Trump first?
Okay.
Maybe they have tried to do it.
According to one of the pieces that we just got, and we didn't get the full story. We got the headline. General Kelly and his close aides, I can guess who the others are, have been warning him for months not to do this, but he enjoys calling people on the iPhone. If that is true, then he was on notice that he is revealing things about his personality and his plans and maybe things that are secret in a way that his adversaries can hear.
And used to manipulate American policy.
I don't mean his political adversaries. I mean our enemies, his sworn enemies, President Xi and President Putin. A lot of explaining to do. And, of course, we have to read the full story, see if the White House agrees, see how well documented the story is. But the headline this evening that's coming out tomorrow morning is not good for the president.
Yeah, it's going to be a big story. Judge, thank you so much for breaking it down. Really appreciate it.